Action, the Nifty is now up almost 100 points, over 100 points. So let's get in our market master for the day, Krishna Kumar Karwa, the managing director at MK Global, joins us now to talk about that. Krishna, good morning and thanks for joining us. This has been a relentless up move in the last 1 year for the market, but now we've entered a bit of a consolidation phase with some headwinds. You know, global inflation is a bit of a scare. Do you think this market is headed for a near-term correction? Or are we just looking at some consolidation? And how does one approach it now, say over the next 6 months?
Good morning. Yeah, as you rightly said, yes, we have had a very good rally for almost a year now. And this is the dilemma that most investors today are facing, is that after a sharp rally or a very good rally for the last 1 year, from here what? I think the question now is, the return expectations have to be much more muted. You cannot have a repeat of what happened in the last 12 to 18 months in terms of stock price performances. That's the key thing that one needs to be very careful about. And there will be a lot of volatility in the market. You have many macro headwinds, both globally and locally, in terms of inflation being the key macro factor to be worried about, and interest rates hardening. So these are the two factors which will determine the overall valuations as far as the market is concerned. So looking forward, it looks like that investors, and sectoral wise also, there have been some sectors which have outperformed big time, and maybe they would go into consolidation. So it's going to be a very, very bottom-up kind of an investor's market, where the phase where rising tide lifts all boat, that kind of a phase is possibly over. And astute investors, I'm sure, will be able to find stocks which will deliver returns. But to expect across the board returns would not be the right way to look at it. To sum it up, I think return expectations have to be muted, and B, it could possibly be back-ended.
Yeah, so I guess the going gets tougher for fund managers. Now it's going to be all about real good individual stock selection. Got that point. Krishna, good morning. Thanks for joining in. So where should astute investors go? Give us some hints, some pockets. You know, I'll start with banking, because the wide street expectation is that we will be in a new capex cycle, credit growth will pick up. Now, as of Q2, at least we're not seeing evidence of that. I mean, there's been very lukewarm, 2% to 3-4% credit offtake for most of the lenders. So what's your prognosis on this?
In the last 15 days, if you look at, yeah, banking is the sector to be in. That's the take that we also believe, because if you expect the economy to do well, and most banking companies are, they have sufficient capital adequacy, all credit cost issues are all behind. But the surprising part is that after some stellar results by some of the majors, the stock prices have given away the gains, and in fact are quoting maybe below the prices at which they were quoting before the results, which is something kind of a cause for concern. Is that, are we missing something? Otherwise, based on all fundamental factors, I think if you have to put incremental money to play, it has to be in the banking financial services sector. The top banks and maybe some of the top NBFCs, where valuations are reasonable, they should be able to show stellar growth. Coming back to your point about the capex cycle, yes, the credit growth so far has been on the retail part of the segment, and the corporate credit growth has not been so good. But I think we are seeing early signs if we connect with many of the cap good companies. My judgment is that 2-3 quarters down the line, we should possibly see a lot of trade growth pick up as capex cycle picks up. So financials, which is also a Nifty heavyweight at around 35-40%, is the sector to possibly invest in, where possibly the returns would be far, far superior than the benchmark indices.
Anywhere else where there is still, apart from valuations, where there is still, risk-adjusted returns possible?
Sorry, I missed the question. Yeah, sorry, I didn't get you.
Is there valuation comfort in what are the sectors? You said financials is one area, but also you said, well, it's puzzling that some of these stocks in that area, in that sector, after having done very well, have not performed. Completely agree with you. What else apart from financials?
The other sector which I believe should do well should be the whole real estate sector. That has done well in the last 6 to 9 months, but there is still a lot of under ownership in that sector, and a lot of polarization as far as stock ownership is concerned. My sense is that as investors become more and more comfortable, the second tier, three tier companies also in that sector, amongst the listed companies itself, should do very well. And when you go into real estate, obviously the whole chain, including housing finance companies, they should also do well. So that is one segment which is coming out of a trough of almost 8-9 years. And what we are seeing is just the beginning as far as the sales pickup or pre-sales pickup, as they say, has just started. My sense is that is one sector which should again give you very good returns over the next 12 to 24 months. And valuations also over there are reasonable. I don't think so. Valuations are expensive. And if you look at on an aggregate basis, the aggregate market cap of most of the listed real estate companies is very minuscule versus the overall size of the economy and the market cap that the country enjoys. So my judgment is that that is one sector that should deliver good returns. And the third place where I believe the opportunity is wherever there is a reopen trade or fashion retail, for example, many of these companies will enjoy very excellent sales going forward. Some of the stock prices have rebounded, but there is still a lot of scope for companies which should benefit as people go out. And so services sector, in fact, actually, that should also do very well, be it travel, be it restaurants, be it entertainment. That's the whole segment where we have seen some rally. But going forward, I think every quarter we should see very good performance.
Okay, so that's on PVR. Yes, I mean, this entire space has picked up quite a bit, right? The whole entertainment space, media, etc. They're doing quite well. The other thing I wanted to discuss with you was the strongest gainers of the last 1 year have been mid-cap IT stocks. And even as we speak, names like Mindtree, Tata Elxsi are hitting new highs. Something like a KPIT Tech is getting into, into the electric vehicle digital space in a big way. So that theme is playing out. Is there still more here for long-term investors?
So we have been very bullish on the whole IT space, and rightly so, and stocks have delivered stellar returns across market cap. But our assessment now is that most of the positives are priced in, at least in the short-term perspective. A few stocks here and there may give you outperformance, but otherwise valuations do not give any comfort, and everything seems to be discounted. So my judgment is that yes, can they give us some market returns? Yes, most of them will. But outperformance will be very, very selective. So I think investors need to be very cognizant of the valuation that they are paying for many of these companies. There is no doubt about the business opportunity. But the question is that is it fully discounted? Are we discounting FY23? Are we discounting FY24? How far can we go out to buy into these companies?
Okay, since we're on the subject of technology, Krishna, let me ask you about new age technology, right? All these internet companies that are listing. How are you approaching it? I mean, it really turns the traditional wisdom on its head. So what's your advice?
So most of these companies have unique business propositions, and hats off to the entrepreneurs who have set up these companies. No doubt about the businesses of most of these companies. I think the question which a public market investor should ask is that if I'm buying a company at say 1 lakh crore market cap, will it double in the next 5 years? And for that, so that's around 15% compounded kind of return. And for that, what are the parameters I would look at? Be it sales, multiple of EBITDA, multiple of profit, whatever one is comfortable with. And do you think logically or with reasonable assumption, will this company be able to reach those multiples? If yes, then certainly there is no reason not to buy into these companies. But if you have a major sense of doubt, then I think it's best to watch the market and look for an opportune time to invest. I think this is a dilemma which most investors have in terms of valuations. My sense is that there is no clear-cut answer. I think it's just about making an assumption about what the company can be 5 years down the line and taking a call.
What could be the
I also
biggest...
like to add over here, one second, that many of these companies will form part of various indices. So passives will become a very important part. So you may agree or not agree with valuations, but when these companies become part of various indices, then passive inflows will again keep these companies at an elevated valuations.
Finally then, before we let you go, Krishna, what is the biggest risk to this market now?
So I think we have already seen the taper which has started in the US, and 6 months down the line, probably this whole bond buying will get over, and you expect interest rates to harden. Now, yes, you can say that all of us are aware of it, and it's possibly discounted. But my judgment is that possibly when it hits you as liquidity goes off, that's the time when we'll be aware of what are the real valuations of companies as interest rates harden, as global liquidity dies off. That is the time when global markets, how they behave and how our markets take to it. Otherwise, from a domestic perspective, I think there are all tailwinds as far as our businesses are concerned. But ultimately, a large part of the rally is also driven by global liquidity. And when that seems to be drying off, that time valuation will take an impact. So we will see companies performing, but maybe the stock prices may not react and maybe react the other way around. So that is the biggest risk is global. I don't think so there is any local risk that we have as of now.
Okay, so if the music starts getting turned down or turned off, then obviously the party will have to end. That's an important point to keep in mind. Thank you very much, Krishna, for joining in. You have a great day and a great weekend as well. That's the view from MK. We are back to earnings. The